Welcome to another card video. Today I am trying a little bit of a different idea. I'm usually one that uses tags or an image for the focal point, but I'm actually going to use the pattern paper here as the focal point. I just have a standard sized card, and this pink cardstock was just in my collection. It wasn't from a particular manufacturer that I know of. Then I have this pink stripe paper, and it's from My Mind's Eye of Life of the Party Sweet Bonbon paper. It's a 12 by 12 sheet, and I've used the polka dot pattern on the other side for a few different videos. And this heart pattern is just a random 12 by 12 sheet I had in my collection. I believe I've had it for about 4 or 5 years, so I have no idea where it came from. And it doesn't actually state on the paper itself what it is. This stripe paper is cut to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square, and the red heart pattern paper is cut to 4 inches tall to 3 inches wide. And you can see it at different parts in the video, but the hearts on that pattern paper are actually, they have the heart part of the pattern is glossy and almost shimmery, whereas the red is just a little bit more of a matte. So it gives it a little bit of depth as well. I'm just going to adhere this stripe paper off to the right a little bit, and it's going directly onto the card base itself. Just centering it from the top and the bottom. Okay. And then I'll be putting these little white strips, and I actually just used the white strips from scrap paper I had sitting on the desk. They're white cardstock, but it's just scrap little pieces. And it'll be between the pink pattern paper and the heart paper. And I'm just going to use different sizes here to kind of create. It kind of reminds me of abstract art for some reason. It probably is not anywhere close, but I don't know, for some reason my brain just goes to that thought. And I purposefully cut these scrap pieces to be different widths. I don't care how long the paper is really, because it's going to be covered up, but I just wanted them to be a little bit, some skinnier than others. Alright, and then I'm also going to add here a sentiment stamp on the bottom left of the card, and this is from the Stamps of Life by Stephanie Bernard, Banners for All. Those little stamps that I actually got last fall at a scrapbook show I went to with both of my sisters. And I've checked out Stephanie Bernard's collection, her Stamps of Life, and she's got some really cute stamps. She has a monthly club that you can subscribe to get a stamp set every month, and I've seriously considered it. I'm just going to use Memento Black here, and the stamp says I love you. I'm sorry, Memento Tuxedo Black, not Memento Black. And then I also have, well, so here you can see a photo of the entire stamp set. There are banners where you can create a banner, and all the little messages are small enough to fit on the banners. Okay, I wasn't sure which adhesive I was going to use, but I'm actually just going to use this Tombow Mono Multi Glue just to put on the strips themselves and adhere them straight down to the card base. That Martha Stewart liquid glue would work just as well, but I think the Tombow Mono is just a little bit stronger. So I wanted to make sure, especially since they were such little pieces, I didn't want them curling up at the ends or anything. Really, you could use a glue stick as well. A glue stick may have been easier to get better coverage on these strips than the Tombow Mono was. Just be careful if you're going to use the Tombow Mono Multi-Glue. You don't want to put so much that it starts squishing out the sides. If it does, just make sure to kind of scrape it off with your fingernail or another piece of paper so it doesn't get stuff stuck to it. And you could also just as easily make these little strips shorter instead of as long as I did. You just want them to be long enough to stick out the side to be able to see them, but they really could have only been about an inch and would have been just fine as well. I'm just randomly placing them here. Right, we have the last one. This is actually a pretty simple card because the only step that's left is to adhere the red heart pattern piece of paper on top. And I'm just using some dimensional adhesives here. These particular ones are from Recollections from Michaels. They're little and easy to use. This card is a little bit out of the norm of what I normally make, but it was kind of a nice little change. So hopefully you can try something new this week if you're going to make any cards. Try to go outside your box a little bit. I think my next card that I'll try going outside the box will be a one-layer card because as you can tell I like to layer things, so I may try to do one that's just a one-layer card. Alright, and then I'm just centering this. It'll be the same height up and down again, but centering it left and right on the striped pattern paper. Alright, and that completes our card for today. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy your afternoon and happy crafting.